Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to a GameStar presentation. Tonight we have a game for number 2 on the Cybergamer Dota 2 Open Ladder. My name is Coldblood, and helping me to bring this one to you will be Hawksbuck. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty keen to see some more Dota action. We've been a little bit quiet recently. I blame you and school for that one.
Yeah, fair enough. But school commitment's almost over, so we're able to get into the Dota. So we'll jump into the hero select. Want to give a quick shout out to PhD Warrior, who we enjoy playing with. He's tuned into the stream. Galaxy, who tuned into the LOLcast yesterday, the Superior MOBA, and apparently was reading my profile. And shout out to Evolutionary Gaming 63. So we'll jump into the hero select before you can remember what I said, Hawksbuck. The bands are Timbersaw, Pugna, Naga Siren, Lich, and Elitide. And they're actually flying through these ones.
Yeah. It looks like they've both got some schooled ideas going on here. This is 8 versus 2 on the Cybergamer Open Ladder here. So what we've got picked up so far for Clutch 5, Clockwork and CM, so that's their support and off lane pretty much carried, well done. And then they've got Weaver, who did get through the first bands, and then a Rubik, so love me some Rubik.
Yeah, we'll have to see how he goes. Of course, we're expecting the Crystal Maiden to pick up an early Trank Boots and be roaming all over, chucking down the Frostbite on whoever runs against her. Nightstalker going to be banned out, so unfortunately not going to be seeing him. Luna going to be the carry pickup for Real Talk Gaming. So we'll have to see if they can get to that late game. And Chen going to be support or jungle, maybe jungle, support and just get a really powerful creep.
Oh, dude, yeah, he'll still be inside the jungle. He's not necessarily lane support. He's pretty easy farm there. He can get the early mech and boots and whatnot and help with those pushes. So he'll definitely be in towards the jungle with the clockwork being on the solo lane there. We still have yet to see a carry and a mid out from Clutch 5. We do have a Luna pickup, so with Luna Weaver, man, that is a lot of late game potential there.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Clutch 5 decide to go for. They are, of course, the challengers tonight, currently at number 8, like you said before, Hooks. And we've got the final pickups before the last ban picks. So, is there anything in particular we're expecting from RTG here with the late game potential they've got from those 3 heroes they've got? Or maybe they want something to try and cement an early game lead?
Well, they do have the strong ult through Luna and obviously that steal from Rubik, but I don't know. I'd say we'd be looking at an aggressive trial lane, maybe at top. Oh wait, who's Radiant and who's Dire?
I believe Radiant is Real Talk Gaming.
Yeah. So we'll pick. Okay, that Abaddon pick then. Just changed my idea. I'm not sure where they're going to go with this. And Juggernaut's going to be picked up as the carry. Not a bad option considering all the magic damage.
Yeah, definitely fair enough. And he's going to be able to farm for... Well, actually, it might be a little bit difficult for him. We'll assume the Abaddon and the Rubik will be going with the Luna. Abaddon, I don't think we've cast him before, Hawk, so looking forward to seeing that. I remember I was playing with you when I was Ursa, and I'd always pop my Frenzy just as he popped the Borrowed Time, which got very annoying. So hopefully this Abaddon has some similarly good timing as the one that I went against. And we're now into the final bans, and Death Prophet going to be the last ban out from RTG, so they don't want any of that early push coming out from her. And Clutch 5, they're going to need a ban out of mid themselves, and they do go with Puck.
Radiant's pick.
Yeah, I suppose they didn't want to... Oh, the Queen of Pain pickup. So yeah, they do have a lot of teamfight potential there with that pickup. Obviously a significant amount of damage early game with the Screams and Sonic Waves. And yeah, the Eclipse too. So how are they going to lane this? Probably like a dual lane Abaddon with Luna and Rubik with Weaver maybe, and Queen of Pain in the mid. And then, yeah, OG will be there mid. That's a super strong one there and a lot of squish. He will be able to do a significant amount of damage with that ult.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be interesting to see how Real Talk Gaming lane this one, dude.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if 0TBK on the Queen of Pain can get that very strong roaming off early on. Outworld Devourer, probably a very strong pickup against that one. So it will be Clockwork versus Weaver in the off lane. And we've talked before about, I've mistakenly said that Clockwork is hard for him to defend early on, but the Cogs give him enough of that defense there. So finally into the game here, Hawks. We'll have to see how it goes. We will go over the teams. Real Talk Gaming, who are currently number 2 on the CG ladder. They will be represented by Mr. Polar Jr. on the Rubik. On the Queen of Pain, it will be 0TBK. On La Luna, it will be Amelia D, who gets the Scumbag of the Night award for making us wait by arriving home late. It will be Ace on the Abaddon, and rounding them out will be Na on the Weaver.
Yeah, for C5 and Clutch 5, we do have Swordfish on the Chen. We've got Bronx Clockwork, 3DC on the Crystal Maiden, Vil on Outworld Devourer, and Original Mole Don will be on Juggernaut.
Okay, so I've done something with the... Okay, I don't know what the heck I did there. I made the camera go down onto the guys. So, we're finally getting ready for this here. Looks like Swordfish on the Chen going to take an aggressive position here. He does have the Smoke of Deceit in his pocket. The Queen of Pain deciding to go with the Null Talisman. That's going to make last hitting quite a bit easier with all that damage that he's going to be packing. And there is actually no Smoke of Deceit on Real Talk Gaming, so fairly confident in their early game. I guess they do have a lot of wards on Mr. Polar Bear Jr. And the creeps are now going to spawn, Hawks, and it looks as though we will have the tri-lanes going against each other. No, actually, will be Rubik and Luna at the bot, so I'm wondering if Clockwork going to have some trouble with that.
Not really. He won't find himself in a great deal of trouble. He'll be quite safe with his cogs there. The auto attack range of Amelia would make it quite difficult to get inside those cogs without losing a fair bit of mana. So, yeah, it would be that dual lane. I was kind of nearly expecting the Abaddon to go down with the Luna, considering, you know, she could use that the shield for a bit of safety, but it looks like they're not. Sentry Wall does go down at top, so that's going to make Weaver's job a little bit more annoying, as he's lost a fair bit of HP due to harass.
Yeah, he did try to Shakukukukuch. I'm not sure how to say that word. Hang on. What is his W? So I don't make a numer myself. Shakuchi. Okay, so he tried to Shakuchi out. Instantly, the Sentry Ward goes down. Like you say, Hawk's going to make it a lot more difficult for him. Bronx taking a lot of harass from Mr. Polar Bear Jr. He does have the Stout Shield and a lot of consumables to help him heal up, so probably not going to have too much of a hard time. Luna doing very well on the farm that is Amelia. With the Smiley, we can see Swordfish is really using the farm potential of the Holy Persuasion, which will mean that although Bronx is going to find it hard to farm, he will get the benefit of solo XP as long as he's not denied too hard here.
Yeah, he'll pick himself up a few last hits, I'd say, with Flare and whatnot. But yeah, the EXP is mainly what he's chasing there. Man, it's going to be a pretty annoying lane for the Queen of Pain as well. She's going to have her intelligence consistently robbed. Yeah, there you go. He just busts out a third one, I'd say. Yeah, so he's already got 3 stacks of that, which is, you know, taking away the base damage of the Queen of Pain. Her being intelligence, it'd be quite a nuisance for her.
Yeah, 6 intelligence on the item she's got, and she's already at -4. So it being very annoying there. Nas going to Shakuchi forward, try and steal the Hellbore away. He does indeed manage to do that. Takes a Crystal Nova for his efforts, but he's definitely going to be happy with that one. The OD played by Vil going to pick up a Haste Rune for himself. Not going to do too much with it though. How are we doing on the gold for these guys? It looks like the mid laners, they're getting closer to being able to pick up a bottle. Both need about 200 gold. And we see Mr. Polar Bear Jr. starting to get his roam on, putting a ward down at the bottom part of the rune while the creeps do some damage to the camp for him.
Yeah, and we'll just send some good harass there by Vil on the Outworld Devourer there, just really taking away that in, and with the haste rune he was able to sneak into the trees just below the tier 1 tower in mid there and take a fair chunk of his HP away. 0, that is his HP.
Yeah, just trying to figure out how I did those camera angles before. Telekinesis is going to go off on Bronx. He's actually going to get stunned up by Luna as well. Going to pop power cogs to get himself out of there. Put a little bit of the hit in the way. Fade Bolt taking a lot of his damage away, but the healing salve going to get him up healthy again in no time. He's only at 4 last hits to the 15 of the Luna. Vil in the mid lane on the OD doing a very good job at farming. Poor Zero TBK having a very tough time of the last hitting with having all of his damage taken away from him. And up at the top lane, Juggernaut doing very well at the 15. Weaver is currently at 7, so he's doing a little bit better than Bronx, but considering he's got someone's helping him out in the Evase, or Ace, he's not doing as well as he would hope.
Yeah, with those sentries and observers there in that Crystal Maiden, it always is going to make her life, well, his or her, quite a bit of a misery there in the top lane there, and they don't want to be caught out of position, because there is a significant amount of damage that can go out, and here we go, as I was just saying, yeah, a significant amount of damage does just go out. Taking crit early too, the Jug.
Yeah, okay, so we don't often see that. They normally opt for Blade Fury to get some early damage and the healing order to try and stay in lane. He's confident to get the Blade Dance. The Weaver, played by Nah, going to Sakuchi out of there. We've got an invisible Rubik in the mid lane here. I'm wondering if RTG are going to go for it. They do. Telekinesis Vil into the tower. The instant imprisonment goes out from the OD. Will he be able to get out? They're blink forward from the Queen of Pain. Auto attack. The poison from the dagger. The Shadow Strike will be enough to get first blood for the Queen of Pain. Real talk, going to be very happy with that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for her, because that gives her a little bit of free space now to try and catch up a little bit of fun. She does have that bottle, but you know, it's definitely going to make her life significantly more easy.
Oh, for sure. So we have the pings up at the top lane. I believe that was from C5. They're freezing the lane up here. Got a shout out to Duot Wins, who's been sent here by his moderator. So welcome, buddy. Hopefully you're still watching when this comes up on the screen. And shout out to Damika, who is one of GameStar's casters. As soon as her exams and stuff are over, hopefully she'll be casting, because she's a lot better than me at the Dota too. So hopefully you'll have someone competent to cast with, Hawks.
What are you trying to say, Ryder?
Just having a poke at myself.
Oh, I thought you were having a poke at me.
Oh, no. If she casted with you instead of me, you'd be a lot better off, is what I'm saying.
I thought you... Okay, fair enough.
Yep, no, that's alright. So,
dude, for a newbie, you're picking up things pretty well, I'd say.
Okay, so Zero TBK is going to pick himself up a haste rune, will refill his bottle, going to get some damage down on to Vil, who does have the Sanity's Eclipse now, so in a similar situation to a couple minutes ago, he'll probably be a little bit better off, as both Rubik and Queen of Pain are intelligence heroes. More damage being taken away from Zero TBK. Have a look at the farm. Luna leading with 37, OD 35, not far behind, and then the Juggernaut and the Chen, whatever his name is, doing fairly well as well. So C5 doing fairly well on the farm. They are getting out-farmed by Amelia though, and she does have a very strong late game with the bouncing and the bonus damage. So we'll have a look at the difference in gold earned. C5 at about 750 above, and they are also about 300 XP in front of the other team. So doing very well despite giving up the first blood.
Yeah, the difference would be the Chen inside the jungle there, freeing up the EXP there for Clockwork. He is back at base. How is he doing? Level 5, he's got 3 points so far in battery assault, so he's doing all right. Just a little bit behind Amelia there, probably due to having to go back to base. Just saying.
Yeah, Mr. Polar Bear Jr. has been doing a great job of controlling the bottom lane, and then, of course, roaming to the mid to pick up the runes and whatnot. We see Ace is down here on the Abaddon. Meanwhile, at the top lane, Juggernaut going to kill Weaver. So, unfortunately, Weaver caught by himself. Did he use the time lapse? He didn't actually have it. So, well done by C5 there, picking themselves up another advantage. The Juggernaut, he has his poor man's shield, and he's working towards his Battle Fury. He'll probably be able to pick up the Perseverance with that one.
I think he decided to go with the phase boots instead.
Oh, well, that'd definitely be fair enough, actually.
Radiant's mid tower
Against the
could use a
Weaver.
hand.
Get the early movement speed for the Blade Fury. But it looks like he probably didn't even need it. He probably just walked up to him and Omni Slash, and that Sentry Ward there would have still given him away.
Yeah.
Looks like just another kill on bot.
Yeah, so at the bottom lane, Amelia going to pick up a kill on poor Clockwork there. He also didn't have his hook shot. And it looks like Eclipse was blown as well as Telekinesis. So the RTG guys quickly responding to the kill at top. Hopefully we'll try and catch the next one that happens. And Power Tread's being picked up by Amelia from that kill. As Vil roams on down to the bottom part of the river, chucks down a ward. Meanwhile, 3DC on the Crystal Maiden does have his Trank Boots, so just trying to pull the creeps into the oncoming minion wave at the moment. In the mid lane, a little bit of damage going back and forth. Illusion Rune picked up by 0TBK, and not a lot else happening at the moment, Hawks.
No, it's still very in the early stages here. Neither team really have super strong ganking capabilities. Other than the Crystal Maiden, I suppose, the rest of the guys probably need to farm up, and that's why we see this really passive mid. The Queen of Pain can't really go around and ganking so much due to the OD and mid. You really don't want to get in free farm, and unfortunately there's
we see 0TBK, sorry to cut you off, Hawks, but the Frostbite going to go out from 3DC, and Shen coming in. What does he have? He actually used the Ensnare from the Dark Troll Summoner. Very well done there by the RTG guys. Meanwhile, sorry, no, that was C5 it was RTG. And at the bottom lane, Amelia going to pick himself up a kill on the Clockwork, so was 1-for-1 in the end. Getting mixed up with what team is what. But yeah, 1-for-1 trade, very well done in the mid lane. And the Luna now 2-0-0 with almost the most farms, so she's going to be a real pain later on.
Radiant's mid tower.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be looking fairly strong. I'd say, what's she building into? She's got a Morbid Mask, so should we go Lifesteal first and then probably a BKB? Fairly standard build on her. But yeah, massive shout out to the Chen there, played by Swordfish there. He followed up on the Frostbite from the Crystal Maiden and got that Ensnare, and then microed also the Minotaur there for the second stun, so definitely lock that Queen of Pain down, and that's going to put her in the backseat a fair bit.
It's interesting to point out that 3DC has decided to go for... up at the top lane, a lot of damage going to go down on Weaver. Nice pickup by the C5 guys. That's going to equal up the kills for them, and 3DC managing to pick that kill up for himself. I was going to say, Hawks, he's actually leveled everything apart from Frostbite, so using that Ensnare to follow up with the lower duration really helps them out, and definitely helps that they get a Juggernaut kill in there as well. Meanwhile, the Hellbear Smash is going to be following Swordfish around. He does have himself a Smoke of Deceit. And of course there is a Clockwork there, so they might be looking to get some damage onto 0TBK here, as Trank Boot's going to be picked up by Evase. Teleport in by... that was not what he wanted to go into, but he may escape here. Blade Fury doing a lot of damage, and the Death Coil goes out. Omni Slash going to do a lot of damage. Will Ace fall? He does indeed. Double kill for original Mofoken Don.
Yeah, it's disastrous right now for that Weaver. As soon as he TP'd back to lane, he just got jumped straight on, man. So he's having an absolute nightmare of the time. They might want to, I don't know, and try to change this. As we're about to have a gank on bot, Bronx does send out his ult there. Luna not being able to get the Eclipse off as well. But yeah, massive hook shot there from Bronx there, shutting down the Luna. So all kinds of trouble here as we're having carries going all around the place, dude. And massive block right now by the Hellbear Smash. As Ace can't do a single thing about this. Zero busting out the Sonic Wave there, not being able to pick up the kill as the creeps from Chen just absolutely go to town on her.
Oh, we see TBK is going to manage to teleport himself out. Double kill for the clutch. 5 guys down at the bottom lane. They're going to be very happy with that one. Meanwhile, up at the top, Sakuchi going to go out from Nah on the Weaver. Going to be taking some damage from the Blade Fury. Time lapses perfectly to get all of his health back. Not sure if he'll be able to get out of this one. He does Sakuchi once again, and he does manage to escape. Very well done there. But this entire time, Villa has been smashing the mid tower. It's at about a third of its health. It's going to need to be denied soon if they're not careful. So Clutch 5 playing this out really well. They're at at least a 6,000 gold lead, and the XP even more. So the challenges at number 8 looking very good so far, Hawks. And I think if RTG want to take this one away, they're going to have to pour as much resources as they can into Amelia on the Luna. Try and get her to the late game as quickly as possible and put on some pressure while poor Nah on the Weaver catches up.
Yeah, the good thing about Weaver is once he does have those few levels, he is able to catch up decently well. He's got a fairly good farm with his Sakuchi there and also the Geminate attack. But this Jug is... Oh, man, what's he got? He must have something on the chicken, does he? Oh yeah, he's got his Battle Fury on the chicken. So yeah, that's a 14-minute Battle Fury and Phase Boot. So
in the mid lane we see the Insanity's Eclipse go out from Vil, but it won't be enough. Queen of Pain gonna pick that one up. 0 TBK, very well done by the RTG guys. I think they managed to actually turn around a engage from Bronx there. So very well done by TBK and Ace to pull that one back for themselves. Meanwhile, the Juggernaut up at the top is just free farming away. Does have his Battle Fury now, and the Phase Boots. He could decide to go for a BKB or maybe a Salt Cuirass or something. I'm not sure what you'd get to deal with a Luna who doesn't yet have any points in the Moonglaves. Is going for the stats at the moment as Swordfish on the Chen. They're actually going to pop a smoke here as Juggernaut going to pick up another kill on the Abaddon. Nice hook shot coming out from Bronx and immediately cogs the Luna. She's not going to be getting out of that one. Bronx picks it up with the Battery Assault, so 2 kills across the map for Clutch 5 there.
Yeah, they really do have all kinds of control right now over this map. I saw the Juggernaut scoping him out earlier when he was dewarding this area, the Ancients here. So yeah, they've just got all kinds of map control, wards everywhere, and the good smoke going down and killing the Luna again. So that's going to put her back. They're in a very commanding position here. The push on the tier 1 tower on Butt is also successful, and they might look to carry on with this, but no, I'd tell a filthy lie they're gonna back.
Oh, I guess that's fair enough. There is an Abaddon there who almost has the borrowed time, not quite yet though. Bronx going to be heading over to Swordfish to try and get some assistance going on there. Nah's pushing up as much as he can, but original Mofolk and Don, is just free farming his heart out. His last hit's 89. Luna, played by Amelia, doing a good job at keeping up, but the 401 definitely going to be going against them as 3DC manages to snatch away a haste rune there. As the Clutch 5 guys, they're taking over the jungle at the moment. As a hookshot going to go out from Bronx, he will land onto Ace. Mr. Polar Bear wasn't able to do much there. He's not even going to be able to spell steal before he goes down. No, he will get out. No, last auto attack from the Crystal Maiden going to pick him up there. Queen of Pain going to come in, try and pick up Swordfish. He does manage to get it in the end, but he will pay for it with his life as Ace going to pop the borrowed time to try and get some health back. Gets Astral Imprisonment and now blocked by the Hellboars. Nice control there from Swordfish. Meanwhile, original Mofucking Don just spam pushing up at the top. I'm not sure if the Weaver went down and all that. No, he was actually in the fight, so 4v5 still goes Clutch 5's way by a kill, and the Glyph of Fortification not going to be doing much at all here.
Radiant's top tower.
I'd probably save that tower for now, or at least save some damage on it. He won't be able to push it any further as they're about to respawn and head back up there. And how's the Weaver going? Is he starting to catch up at all? Nah, he's really not. He's got a tread and Ring of Health there, so in comparison, he's very, very far behind. Let's have a look at the net worth real fast.
8,500 on the Juggernaut, which is several thousand ahead of everyone else. He's rolling in the monies.
Yeah, and then we've got the OD. I thought he would have been sitting a little bit prettier too. He's had that hand of Midas there for a while, and he's barely left mid. Spell did get stolen. What did he steal? Astral Imprisonment. It's not a bad one, I suppose.
Oh, gives the OD a bit of a taste of his own medicine. So Amelia definitely going to need to do some work here. Does have the Blade of Alacrity, going to be going for the Yasha. Probably going to go for the Manta style and try and get as much damage pumping out in the fights as he possibly can. What is the kills at 304? Crystal Maiden 401. A Juggernaut. So C5 looking very good at the moment. I really wanted to give a shout out to Swordfish playing the Chen. His micromanagement of the creeps that he's dominated has been really top notch. Not only is he using their abilities, but he's actually like body blocking with them really well. And I think he's doing a phenomenal job on that.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Those blocks are definitely excellent stuff, and his use in general, also his smoke ganks have been just pretty much flawless.
I didn't know that the smoker to see it actually stealth the creeps that you had. I thought it was just heroes.
It basically just takes everything, takes all map vision away from him.
Oh, okay.
So everything there. I mean, Chan would be pretty gimped, if he couldn't do those smoke games.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit of a telltale sign if a couple of Minotaurs run up to you like, wait a second.
Yeah, a couple of little red dots, and looks like we're gonna have a bit of a gank up on top. Rubik busting out the Astral Imprisonment. He's gonna spin and TP out of this, so that's rough as guts. Not even going to get the kill on him there, and they did pour 3 heroes into that, so that's 30 seconds wasted on absolutely nothing. So well done by him to get out of that.
Yeah, Juggernaut going to be running back with the full health and mana. He actually doesn't have, because of the Astral Imprisonment, he doesn't have enough mana to cast the Omni Slash, which is pretty funny. He does have a Yasha for himself. A massive push down at the bottom lane, helped by the Wild Ring Ripper throwing the Tornado over. A lot of damage going to go onto that tower. Amelia just hanging back, trying to take stock of the situation. Vil going to be pushing that mid lane with the Arcane Orb, doing a lot. Meanwhile, drawings going out from, I believe it was Mr. Polar Bear Jr. on the Rubik. I think he's trying to draw a map of where he thinks the enemy are, and he's spot on there. 4 members of Clutch 5 there. The Outworld Devourer going to get himself an invisibility and charge forward into the enemy jungle. As Amelia, he wants to do the Hellbores, but he's going to wisely back off here. As up at the top lane, Na is forced backwards, only level 10 to the level 14 of the Juggernaut, who will be pouring the damage on should an engagement happen there. Clutch 5, like you said, Hawks, they're doing really well with the map control. They're not giving an inch.
Oh yeah, they really are. They're taking all this here. They're blocking it off, pushing the mid lane out, which is basically really negating all kinds of farm. The only one getting farm right now is the Weaver, and he's starting to pick up slowly. He's got his perseverance. He's still got a long way to go before he picks up his Lincolns though.
Yeah, I thought he might go for the Eye of Skadi, but it looks like it doesn't even build off of that, so there you go. What does the Eye of Skadi build off while I'm at it? Why was I thinking that?
Skadi is a couple of ultimate orbs.
Yeah.
Booster.
Okay. So Perseverance and Ultimate Orb, that's where I was getting mixed up. So Lincolns will probably help him out in these fights to try and avoid the Insanity's Eclipse. Looks like the Sleep C5 guys might actually be going for a bit of the Roche action here as the courier flies past. Pretty cool dragon, just going to be sitting in the pit as Roche is going to be tanked up by the Juggernaut at the moment. There is a Minotaur in there providing his swiftness aura, so the roam going to be even stronger. There's Sentry Ward to make sure there is no wards in the area, and Real Talk Gaming, they can't do a single thing about this one. Now the Juggernaut, who has on his person, he's got just the same as he did before, but added to an Aegis. Now he has double damage as well, so they'll definitely be wanting to look to fight here. Real Talk Gaming, they've got to decide what they do very carefully. They've got Nara at the top, who could potentially get a tower there. Amelia pushing in the mid, but the Queen of Pain going to be safe here. Looks like the bottom lane is what Clutch 5 want to focus on.
Yeah, they'll probably look to push this. They've got a bit of a creep army going on there. Swordfish with the with the troll summoners, he's got his little
Dire's
skeleton
top
warriors,
tower,
and
you know the drill.
yeah, they're gonna definitely push this out. A significant amount of damage there.
Radiant's bottom tower.
600 crits already with that
Dire went
DD.
and fortified their structures.
And they do have the healing ward there
Dire
too.
might wanna mine
He's
the top
TPing
tower.
up top. He wants to get this
Radiant's
Weaver.
bottom
Is he going to be able to
tower's
get the
done
ult on
for.
him? Ooh. I suppose he could always just time lapse it anyway, but that's a fair enough TP.
Dire's mid tower won't last
Yeah,
much
they take a
longer.
tower at bot and then prevent a tower going down at the top. Clutch 5 have yet to lose a single piece of infrastructure, as Real Talk
Dire's
Gaming looks like they're going to
mid
try and
tower
take
could
the
use a little
initiative and get some farming going on in the enemy's jungle. See how Clutch 5 like it when it's done to them. They might try and get some ganking on to this Juggernaut here. He has the recipe for his Manta style on the chicken. So, I wonder if that'll be able to get to him in time. Looks like the courier is just getting into the base now, so he's not going to have it for the fight that could happen soon here. Although it looks like there is not going to be much going on. Vil down in the bottom part of the jungle. 3DC using the Trank Boots very well, and the movement speed provided by Yule's Scepter to place some deep wards in, which will definitely help them out. We'll have a look at RTG's warding. They've got some fairly decent wards around, which will help them out, but it's hard to have the vision advantage when the enemy team is split up so much.
Yeah, they also have a lot more strength right now, so there's like nearly no point in having or trying to contest map control, rather, because with the amount of sentries popping out for the Weaver, it's more than likely they'll just get denied off anyway.
Yeah, well, that's definitely fair enough. There's not a lot he can do with the amount of control they have. I mean, Bronx, we haven't seen many bad clockworks, and Bronx is certainly no exception. He's been landing the hook shots very well. The difference in gold earn just hit 15,000 for Clutch 5, so the game is definitely in their ball court at the moment. It's up to RTG to try and respond here. The top tower going to fall. The only tier 2 remaining is the one in the mid, which is looking fairly healthy, but probably not for long, as the Chen army going to make its way over along with the rest of the C5 guys. Going to be falling very quickly. Amelia is over at the top lane, the bottom lane, trying to get a tower down. He does have a teleport scroll available. Aegis has about 3 minutes left, and the Juggernaut going to be annihilating the creep tower, the creep wave there. The good fortification going to go off. I think Amelia will be able to get this one, unless Juggernaut decides to teleport over there right now. He is not going to. They're going to continue the push here, Hawks, and all outed towers for RTG out. Fadebolt going to go off, not do a heck of a lot. The Swarm going to go out as well, and the spell still goes out. A Holy Persuasion from Rubik. He's going to steal, I'm not sure what it was, and the tower could potentially fall here, Hawks.
The Dire best do something about that.
Yeah, there's not a great deal they can do about it, except for if Jug does overextend and the Aegis wears off at the same time. That's really nearly a bit of a prayer there. But they have so much damage. Here we go. Jug blasting out the Omni Slash here. There is a couple of buybacks already. Luna busting the Eclipse. It doesn't look like she's going to be able to pick up a second kill though.
Oh, the Eclipse going to go out from the OD, going to be taken out eventually, but the RTG guys are on the run. Beautiful mechanism play from Swordfish there to save the Juggernaut, and he's already back in doing a heck of a lot. Is he going to decide to jump out? No, he doesn't. He's popped the Manta style, and the Juggernaut images, they are eventually going to fall. Eclipse goes off on the Crystal Maiden, who looks like it did buy back in that fight, has a town portal on the chicken there, as a Tornado going to go off on Mr. Polar Bear Jr. He's not going to be able to escape that, as all crit comes out from the original Don. As Swordfish, he pops the ultimate, which is called Hand of God. He still has the mechanism available, but he will end up falling to 0TBK, the Queen of Pain. Going to blink forward and try and get 3DC down, as Hand of Might is picked up by the Abaddon. Better late than never, I guess, as Roche back up in 4.5 minutes. And the Rack's going to remain up for now, Hawks, but they've really got no answer for this Juggernaut at the moment.
Yeah, the Juggernaut also, the Sanity Eclipse there, that's a significant amount of damage. Though the Luna, I believe, survived that entire fight, so she would have got a fair bit of EXP from that, and also picks up her big KB, I believe I just saw.
Yes, she does indeed have the BKB. Hasn't changed her Yasha into anything though. I'm trying to find where is the net worth. 15,000 for the Juggernaut. The highest for Real Talk is Luna at almost 11,000. And hero level Jug at the 17, OD at 16, and then 15, 15, 13 for the carries of Real Talk Gaming. So this Juggernaut, they're gonna have to try and do something about him. Vil did a really nice what is it called? Sanity's Clips, that's what I thought it was. Did a really nice one in that fight, but it did cost him his life. And I'm not sure if you saw when Original Don started the Omni Slash, but holy heck. He like 3 hit someone and then jumped over to someone else.
Yeah, dude, it can do a fair bit of damage, man. It's not like Fiona's and LOL, like where she has to have
Oh, hers breaks if
ridiculous
you walk
amount of
into a
farm.
bush. It's buggy as heck.
Yeah, yeah. Jug's oldest, just rips people open. And it's actually hilarious when he gets an Aghanim Scepter too. It just goes on for days and days.
Well, fair enough too. So he's going to get the teleport off to the top lane. Poor Na's been trying to get this for ages. He will not get it though. 0TBK is close by as the Wild Ring Ripper going to channel a tornado, which heads on over to the top lane. Are there any other significant item pickups here? We'll have a look. Ultimate Orb picked up by Na, heading towards the Lincolns, like you said. Mystic Staff picked up by 0TBK. I'm trying to remember what that builds into. What else does he have? Ultimate Orb?
The Mystic Staff,
Yeah.
it can build into Shivas, into Sheep Stick, which will probably be with the Ultimate, and Mystic definitely looking at a Sheep Stick. They're only 500 gold away too, which should help them significantly if they're able to get that sheep off on Jug.
Yeah, definitely if they manage to get the Juggernaut Sheep before he pops the Omni Slash or the Blade Fury. His late game looking pretty good. A lot of deep wards in here from Clutch 5 as the aforementioned team are going to charge forward here. They've got all 3 lanes pushing in their favour. Na going to be down at the bottom lane, pushing out as much as he can. Roche has another little bit of time left. Teleport goes out from Na to try and get back to the base and defend it. The racks for the mid lane are open. 1 minute 30 until Roche respawns. Flare goes off from Bronx. And 2 Wild Ring Rippers here, channeling their tornadoes in the base, a big annoyance for the RTG guys. Swarm goes out from Na, and Lincoln Sphere is going to block the Crystal Maidens. Frostbite there, Swordfish going to be whacking away at Na, who does not want a time lapse for sure. And so far, nothing has gone on. Nice borrow Titan there from Evase, as 3DC going to take a lot of damage from the Queen of Pain. Ult, but Omni Slash goes off, and it does a heck of a lot of damage. Amelia D going to be using the Black King Butter, absorb as much as he can. Double kill for the Juggernaut, going to be sprinting forward on top of the Luna there. Gets finished off by the hook shot, and the OD going to pick up that last one. GG calls Real Talk Gaming, and I think this is the end here, Hawks, as more GGs are called.
Chalk it up.
Yeah, the GG score, which means the throne does fall, man.
Oh, so very well played by Clutch 5 there. Definitely took the control from the start, although I think it was RTG that picked up the first blood, but nevertheless, it was very well played by Clutch 5 to deal with the Luna, who was doing very well for a lot of the early part of the game. So we'll have to nominate an MVP here, Hawks. Who are you thinking?
Probably Swordfish on the chin there for his creep controlling there. His micro skills, also the smoke ganks and whatnot, all very well timed.
I definitely have to agree with you. A close second to Original Don, doing very well on the Juggernaut, but Chen was played to perfection by Swordfish, doing very well there. Between the mechanism and the hand of God, he barely let anyone on his team die. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really sorry about the dropped frames. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we appreciate it nonetheless. If you head on over to the GameStar Facebook, and the VOD will be up there. If you'd like to contact us to commentate your game, we'd be very happy to oblige. And have a wonderful night. This is Cold Blood and Hawksbuck signing out.